car. Ah, I've been looking for that. I like this bit, I can have a sit down. More iPhone cables. I've been looking for these. Get tidy and organised with me. We've just got back from our trip to the Bay of Islands. It was a fantastic 4 days away over the Easter weekend. But now I have a caravan to organise. And we've had our caravan 2.5 years now, and I set it all up with organisation and cupboards and different ways of doing things. And I think it needs a bit of a review, not to mention a bit of a declutter. This weekend it was driving me mad. I was like, why is this in here? So organise and declutter with me. I'll also show you some things that I do to keep storage in my caravan and the way we do things with our 2 children on our trips away in our Jayco Basestation caravan. Hi, I'm Emily and I run the Organised Mum Lifestyle YouTube channel, posting updates every Friday of what we get up to with our adventures living in New Zealand, going away in our caravan and being super organised around working full time and having 2 children under 4. Okay, so we're getting started. I've done a load of washing, so I've brought up some of the washing. I've taken some bags back up. These are some baskets. These baskets have the kids' clothes in. I've been down taking the kids' clothes down. These are baskets just for dumping stuff in. We've got bin bags ready to get sorting. I washed all the covers for the chairs, so they're going to go back on. Cool, let's get started. So let's start with these cupboards. These are above the bed. We're set up at home, so we've got the bed inside. We've got these cupboards up here. When we first got the Jayco, I got these pretty cool, they're actually fridge bin storage, and they fitted the space. It was a bit of an experiment to try and find what fits, but for some reason, any level of organisation's completely gone out the window because, I mean, I don't know. There's a torch in that one, a torch in that one, a lot of cables and just stuff. Same thing here. So this one was beauty, makeup, all that kind of stuff. One for me, one for Daddy, but quite clearly they've gone across the 2. And this one here, well, I've got no idea. So we've got my books, we've got manuals, we've got New Zealand caravan magazines. That's fine, but it's not great with that one because that one, things can fall out because obviously there's no door on it. Reasons there's no door is this here. This is the slide out which comes in, it goes to there. Obviously you don't want a door that can fall off. So that's okay, but it doesn't need so much stuff in it. So let's get sorting these ones. Definitely going to continue to use these. I just need to work out why we've ended up with so many cables, torches, and not really much organisation. There's also this weird area, which is down here, which can sort of randomly have stuff in, but it works really well to put the fan down there, and that stores nice and neatly down there, and then the 2 boxes. Well, that was nice and easy, nice and organised. We have for Daddy, for Mummy, including I'm now sharing with Tilly, torches and cables. I like to keep a basic level of things in here so it's less things to pack, so things like basic things that I might need for my beauty area. We've got basic things that Daddy needs, which is minimal. We've got chargers, so I don't always have to bring the chargers in from the house. There's a couple of cables here, I'm not too sure, but I think they're part of the telly. This is one of the most useful things that we use, and I always put it in this cupboard here because when we do come in, it's the first thing on the left and we can't put the side out until we've done the levelling. So that's why we keep that there next to the torches. It also says to me there's a couple of torches missing, so I think they're in the back of the car from our last trip. Baskets wise, this basket is things to go back to the house and this bin bag is things for the bin. So good start, let's keep going. So there's nothing really wrong with having all these things in the cupboard, but if you don't know you've got them, then what's the point in having them? So I think I'm going to take some of the stuff back to the house and I'm just going to tidy up, but at least I know I've got stuff as well. what world do I live in where I think I'm going to read 4 books on a holiday? I have 2 children under 4. I have been reading this book since October last year. I know because I featured it in my birthday video. And I've not even started the second book in the series. These 2 I got free in a book library, and I thought, great, I don't have these ideas that I'm going to read books. Oh well, they look good. And lots of pens. I was looking for a pen at the weekend in the caravan and I didn't find one. So I will put them where I looked first. And that is over here. And I think that makes for a good place to go next, which is this one. I think this is probably one of the worst ones. Because it's right next to the door, it's the random stuff. And I've even piled up random stuff that I've started to find that I think needs to go into this cupboard. So let's have a look. Okay, so it's not a different day. I've just had to resort to a t-shirt that I've randomly found in the cupboard because it is hot in here and it's getting hotter. The aircon was on and I realised just how noisy it sounded for you. You'd have probably heard it in the previous scene. So I've got no aircon. I've got some windows open, but then that has the road noise. So let's go with the t-shirt and let's keep decluttering. Let's have a look what we've got here. This actually is only from this weekend. So these were pretty cool. It was an Easter egg hunt with jelly beans for Paw Patrol. Monty chose them. But what I liked about them was that each individual one was plastic. So we could hide them around the caravan and the kids found the jelly beans. But I'm thinking next year, all the Paw Patrol packaging comes off. So when he doesn't like Paw Patrol next year, we can still use these. 2 different colours, equally divided between each, so I can use them for both the kids. I could put whatever I want in them and use them to hide things outside, which I think is quite cool. So I'm keeping these. These are for Easter next year and hopefully future Easters. Also being a little bit eco, because every single one is plastic. What a waste. So they'll be good for next year. So I'm going to take them into the house and put them with the Easter stuff. Although most Easters we do tend to be in the caravan, but I don't want to drive around with them for 365 plus a bit days. Got some stuff that should be in here, bug spray, but just random stuff. So I'm going to have a sort out. Not to mention, everyone needs a junk box. So let's see what we've got in here. Torches, they can go straight back in the torches box. GoPro kit. A ladder, a car, and super glue. Some paw cream, that can go straight in the cupboard. So there we have empty. More than happy to keep stuff in this box. I've got some useful things and parts for the caravan that I think can go in this box. We've also got things that I think need to go into Daddy's toolbox, because he'll know where it is then. And I'm finding the pens. This is a grippy mat that goes onto the shelf, and we use them on all the shelves, particularly the top ones, and they help to stop everything from moving, particularly when we're in transit. Right, I've kept that as a basket of useful things, mainly because I need to talk to Daddy about it and I don't want to get in trouble for throwing anything useful away. I think some of it I might move into a spare box section for the caravan. I might also get a better tray, one that's maybe see-through and that I can put in the cupboard. Something nice for Monty. He's starting to get into maps and reading. We live on the North Island. We are up here in Auckland. He can look at where we are when we're on our trips. There's a South Island on the other side. I'll need to get a second one. I've actually ordered a top 10 map for a video I've got coming up, so I might replace that very soon when the map arrives. Okay, let's move over to these 3 cupboards now. They're not too bad, but they have ended up being, well, like most of the cupboards, a bit full of rubbish for whatever reason. I actually ended up using these for Easter eggs on Sunday, just to put all the Easter eggs in after their Easter egg hunt. So I washed them out. So that meant I just picked everything up, turned it upside down. That wasn't great, but then the kids could have their Easter eggs in there after they'd done their collecting. So let's show you. None of these cupboards are perfect because you've often got things like this in the way. So what I try and do is find ones that can fit. But how does sand end up in there? And I even just found the remains of a rice cracker. I like this bit, I can have a sit down. So I tend to keep the kids' colouring in books up here. I don't know if that's the right thing to do or not. I've forgotten we'd even had this. This is a mess-free colouring in book. I'll show you the ones that we are really liking at the moment. I know they're in the car because we use them for driving home, but I just need to find the pens that come with them. If you lose the pens, you can't use them at all. There's the pens for the Crayola ones. Maybe they'll work. Let's keep everything together. I like my labelling, as you wouldn't be surprised to know. So I keep lots of batteries. So these are AAAs and these are AAs. We did Christmas in the caravan, so when you do Christmas, you get lots of presents that need batteries with kids, and also if their toys run out of batteries. So I always try and keep some batteries in there, labelled. I did actually find a random one. I don't even know if it's got power or not. So I think I might throw that one away. I've also got these. These are shampoo and shower gel. A lot of the times we're staying on campsites, so we grab one and take it over to the showers. I'll have 2 packs because I might take Tilly and Daddy takes Monty. So we need 2 packs, one for each. I've got some specific wash that I like in one of them and some specific wash Daddy likes in the other one. I just refill them from our house. So they are just refillable, that I can refill from my main house one, all with labels on. We've got the kids have got a special wash so their eyes don't sting. But looking at that, I think I need to refill. So I might take these in the house and top them all up. So that'll be a good job done. Also, randomly, a hair bobble and one of my necklaces I've been looking for. So that can go down to the house as well. Battery charger, that needs to go up the top. I'm not a huge fan of having stickers in the caravan because the kids stick them all over things, so they can go down to the house as well. Sellotape, that's a useful one. I was wrapping presents in here one year. Never know if you need it. Masking tape, sewing box. We've got 2 of them. We've got some masking tape, marking tape. I think I'll leave this one untouched. More wow, I didn't know how much sellotape we needed. Well, that's tested it. The Crayola ones don't work with the non-branded one. So I need to make sure everything gets reunited. I'll take them back to the house and bring them back up. Wow. That's it. That's all that's going into that cupboard. I've now got these 2 completely empty, which is funny because these are the 2 that I use for the Easter eggs. So it goes to show what we do and don't need in the caravan. I will do a bit of an audit on what we've got and what we haven't got and making sure we've got it ready for our next trip. We've got about 3 weeks actually till our next trip, so I've got a bit of time just to potter and make sure I know what we need. Okay, next one. This has ended up being kids' clothes. Some of it doesn't fit, some of it has been useful, particularly when you forget to pack a warm coat. Like the last trip we just did, it was quite cold in the morning, so I got Monty into a body warmer. It just about fits. It's age 3, he is now 4. It did the job for keeping him warm. So I'm going to keep stuff like that in here. I like this, but it's 12 to 18 months. Nobody's going to fit it. It's so cute and just does a great job on those rainy times. So that's going to have to go back to the house. I'm hoping these fit for another winter. Why do we have random hats in here? I've been looking for that. Mini dry towel. Oh, that's cute. What age is it? Oh, it's age 2. And that's also not going to fit 18 to 24 months. So we have spare coats for Mummy and Daddy. I do tend to pack our favourite coats, but if I forget or don't need to, I've got them. I probably just don't need to and use these for camping. I might change my mind about the use of this up here. I could keep it somewhere else. I'm going to show you the drawer down there in a bit, and it's getting full as the kids' feet get bigger. So I might start moving other things up here like hats. It is a bit of a nightmare to get to because you've got to climb over. So I might have a think about how I use this cupboard as I work my way through the caravan. Okay, let's have a look at this one. This is my games cupboard, entertainment cupboard you could call it. This is quite cool. I collected this over the years. These are all the DVDs, back when we had DVD players. So, I don't know, we've got the kids' DVDs, we've got Ice Age 2, we've got Minions, we've got more rom-coms and ones that Mummy and Daddy could sit and watch in the evening. Garfield, maybe for the kids. It's been quite useful when we haven't had TV signal or we haven't had internet. Recently we didn't have internet on a trip. And the kids were like, I want to watch something. So we watched something sociable. So we put Ice Age on and we could watch that one on our TV. So I collected these over the years. Some of them are 15 years old, 10 years old, definitely. So we keep this, and this is quite useful. Ah, I've been looking for that. Ah, here's the Christmas lights. Why they're randomly here, I don't know, but these are our Christmas lights for the caravan. I might put these in the Christmas box in the attic so I know I've got them when we get ready for Christmas, although we are planning Christmas in the caravan this year. This is another cupboard that has really irritating electronics, lights, speakers and things in the way, so you can't really use it that well. Although now I've got this spare one, I'm thinking, yes, that could work. So I'm going to use that for the card boxes, which have a habit of falling out and going everywhere. The last trip I found all these Monopoly deal cards all over the floor. I'm also going to start getting some games that the kids can play. Now they're getting a bit older and we can do family board games and family card games. We really haven't used them, but then we've had babies up until recently, and as they get a little bit older we can start doing games with them. So Grandma, if you're watching, there's a good idea for some Christmas presents for the kids. I think now I've created so much space in this one, I'm going to transfer the books that were on this left-hand side that had the risk of falling out, that I never read, into here. I think it's a better use of the space. Okay, so let's move on to this drawer down here. This drawer sits underneath the sofa and, well, it's a good one for shoes. It's great, you can lean over and grab. The only problem is my kids' feet are getting bigger. So when we were adding in just Mummy and Daddy's shoes and the kids' shoes, that was great. I use this for bags, hats, shoes, and I think I'm going to have to overflow. So I think the bags can go up with the coats. And I think I also need a big sort out of hats. I've got lots of spare sun hats and warm hats. When we're camping we need lots of them, but I've probably got ones that don't fit, and I've probably got an unequal divide of mine, the kids, Daddy's. So let's have a look. Where's the other shoe? Wow. Right, so everyone's got a sun hat and a winter hat each. It might not be their preferred hat. I know my preferred hat is down in the house at the moment, but that's fine. I'll pack it each time. And now to make sure we've always got some spare shoes for everybody, and really because the kids' feet grow so quickly, I tend to bring the kids' shoes up just before we go away on a trip, because if I leave them up here you can guarantee they'll have grown out and I'll have been really annoyed they had a good pair of shoes that I forgot about. Right, so where next? We've done this area of the caravan, let's move on to the kitchen, let's have a look at the pantry, let's have a look at the kitchen cupboards. I don't think they're too bad, mainly the kitchen cupboards, because I use that regularly and I declutter regularly, but that pantry, I've been putting off doing that for a while. Right, so the last cupboard over on this side is this one. This was a really good one, particularly when the children were younger and they were both in nappies. I had all the nappies stacked up. When we did our first 5-week trip, I had a 5-month-old baby and a 20-month-old. So they both had nappies, they were all lined up, and we had a basket of all the things we need. I can tell you, I've not brought down this basket for a while. They are both potty trained, just needing a nappy at night time, so I'm hardly using this cupboard at all. So let's have a look what we've got in this basket. More iPhone cables. I've been looking for these. They've just ended up in random places. Campsite maps. Oh, this is our favourite holiday park, Whangatiao. I've done plenty of videos on this one. Okay, so let's have a look at the kitchen cupboards. These have also got the grippy bottoms in to stop things sliding around, because I do actually put plates directly on here. I mean plastic plates, but I do put plates directly on here. I'm happy with this one. I use this regularly. I use everything in here, so that can stay. Now these ones, I use these see-through trays so I can pull them down. I feel some level of organisation has got lost, but it's not that bad. Oh, and I've forgotten I got that, the fly cover up thing. That's a good place to keep it. I just need to remember I've got it. Not too bad really. I just use the baskets, making sure I know what I've got. Yeah, I've got a very kid cup. I think that can go back. Kids don't like using that. Oh, and these are awful. They've got so badly stained, you can taste the tea and coffee. They're bamboo. So I've actually stopped using these completely, and I'm now using real ones. A couple of these have ended up in the house, so I need to bring them back up so they can go. Okay, those cupboards weren't too bad. Let's go down to these cupboards. Okay, let's take a look at this drawer. I put in these dividers, but to be honest, I don't think they work. I think they're a waste of space. They just move around, so I think we're going to get rid of those. So let's have a look. Okay, I think that works better. I've still got some details from my lap. Right, so here we go. This is the cupboard I've been dreading. I'm just going to pull everything out and see what's in here. I've even got bananas, and we've been home 4 days. Well, there's the Easter egg Daddy was looking for. I don't normally leave food that can go off in here. I knew I was going to film this video. I just got a bit busy with life. So I'm going to pull everything out. I've got baskets, again these fridge ones which are clear so you can see what's in there. And these ones you can obviously see from the top, but there's no system here at all. Okay, let's have a look at what we actually need from all this stuff, how we can store it better, and yeah, do ourselves a list of what's run out as well. Some things can start going back in. Pasta, like keeping pasta. Rice, these are all things that can keep. I like these because they fit down the side along nice and snugly alongside the boxes that I've got. So these were a good investment. So let's see what we need to put back in. I like this box. This is my tea and coffee box, which I can just pull down and use to make tea and coffee in the morning. It's got my variety of teas and coffees that I like, decaf, caffeinated, as well as green teas. It's quite nice to have that selection. We do actually use our caravan as our spare room for when people come to stay, so it's also quite good that I can pull that down and there's tea and coffee for people that stay. The all-important marshmallows for the fire pits in the evening. Bin bag number 2. And it's true, no one can discover how you love. I do tend to keep lunchbox stuff in here because when we're away I make the kids lunchboxes if we go out for the day. So these are my lunchbox making boxes. So they've got their drinks and they've got their snacks in there, which I can use to create sandwiches and make lunch boxes for whilst we're away. I tend to find the caravan doesn't get too hot, particularly in that pantry, for storing chocolate. I've not had any chocolate melting issues, but I do need to make sure it gets eaten, else it can go off after a year. I'm not actually a massive fan of chocolate, so I'm not really eating much of it, but when the kids find it and Daddy finds it, it's gone. Okay, I think we've got some semblance of what should be in here. So I can start putting things away. Wow, now it looks like I've got loads of space. We have got some crisps in the bottom one. This is actually empty Cocoa Pops, so I'm going to have to get some of those. So note to editing Emily, Cocoa Pops, pasta, Weetabix. I need to get them in these pots and bring them up. So I'm going to leave these here for the moment. I've got quite a few left actually. Now I think of this, I need to do an audit of the food we've got. That's looking good. I can make meals from this, I can make lunches from this, and then the spare pots we've got. And wow, the space I've created. So this is my last cupboard before I get sorting out into the bunk room. So this one has multitude of uses, as everyone has a cupboard. It's to keep stuff out of the way from the kids. So I've got a basket in here. Again, the clear fridge drawers, which is the out of reach of children basket. So recently that's marker pens, that's lighters, sharp knives, bug spray, what you'd expect to find in here. Maybe not the toilet roll. I do actually keep the toilet roll in this one. I've got the baskets for drying things and taking to kitchens when we're on campsites. And this was my toilet roll basket, although it's the bubble sprayers basket now because the kids wouldn't leave them alone. So really, there's not too much to sort out. I've got the water filters, but actually I've got a whole box with just 3 in, so they can come out the box. So it should be a simple sort. I do wonder if some things are better off stored up here. Clearly, I need some more kitchen roll and some more toilet roll because I've only got 2. Three lighters. Wow. That looks extremely useful. That's going to go in the questions to daddy box. So let's call that there. I'm quite pleased with what I've done. I still really got the kids' room to do, but there's not necessarily Caravan storage and using the boxes. So I'm just going to sort out the kids' toys in there. And I'm pretty much there. I've now got this huge table of things to take to the house. So I'll get that down to the house. But I'm really pleased, mainly with my pantry. And I'm quite pleased with those cupboards over there. A little bit more organised. What I need to do next is to go through and work out what we need for our next trip. Which thankfully is a few weeks away, so that's not too bad. I run a list. I have a list of all the things that I need to repack. So things like towels, bedding, things that I would have washed whilst we were away, so they're in the list of things to come back. So I always check that list, but I'm going to update that list because that's also changed as the kids have got bigger. But that's a pretty good job done. So a few weeks away before packing, but it's quite nice to do the unpack and have it thoroughly clean and tidy. I still need to vacuum, there's bits all over the floor, there's sand. I need to tidy up properly, but I've got a bit of time to do so. I hope you enjoyed that video and you found it useful. I post every Friday on tips on organisation, the things that we get up to with my family living in New Zealand, what it's like to live in New Zealand, how we live our lives, and the organisation I need to do these trips with our family. So I'll see you in my next video.